Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video. I hope you guys are doing well today. So, as part of the video I put out yesterday, I talked about how I was looking at playing a lot more mage. It's likely going to become my main in the next patch and things like that. So, I wanted to begin that now. Why not? We're going to set ourselves a couple of things. Hopefully, try to get Keystone Master, etc., on my mage, get him quite well geared, ready for the next patch. And I thought, you know what? Let's do some content. Let's go and run a couple of dungeons. I've been playing a lot of Arcane Mage, and oh my god, it pumps. Uh, I've seen Arcane Mage do a lot of damage. I remember watching a clip of someone doing Sludge Fist as Arcane and pumping some crazy numbers, but I've never really played it. The last time I played Arcane firsthand was actually in Wrath of the Lich King, when you literally, like, Evocate was still like a 3-minute cooldown or something, and you literally, every time Evocate was up, you just press Arcane Blast until you ran out of mana, which took a long time. You then Evocated back up, and then you did your normal rotation for like forever. That was it. That was the gameplay. But it was quite fun. It was a good experience, and I enjoyed playing it at the time, and I'm loving playing it right now. The damage single target, it's a simple rotation. No one's ever going to deny it's a simple rotation, but like the damage single target is fun, but the damage AoE is crazy, and it's such a fast-paced like rotation as well. I've been having such a great time with it, honestly. And fine, I'm not 60 yet. There's still a lot that can change with that. But yeah, so I've been looking at the legendaries. The legendaries are very like single target and AoE defined. You don't really get one that you can use for all situations, it's fine, but it's a little bit annoying to have to level up multiple legendaries. But never mind. What else are we going to do with our time, huh? So we're going to time warp this boss, and I actually just want to break it. Let's see what we can hit here in terms of DPS. So we're going to save all of our cooldowns for obviously the boss going down into low health. Go into a nice cheeky little conserve phase in Tears of the Forest. So, right, and the boss is going to go down, so let's start prepping. Here we go. So, touch the Magi, pop all of our cooldowns, and we literally just spam Arcane Blast. And look at the damage. Like, I'm not geared either. Like, it's not like I'm twinked or anything like that. This is literally 114 high level. It's not bad, but we absolutely decimated that. Nice little unbound change, and I'll tell you that. But we absolutely decimated that boss. And yeah, I've been noticing, like, obviously, it's hard to compare damage while you're playing, because there's so many things that like vary, or like some specs don't really unlock until they've got the legendary, or until they've got like even one of these level things. Like, I know Arcane's like really annoying to play conserve until you have your rank 3 Arcane Barrage, which gives you like mana back based on arcane charges. It's horrible to play because you just spend like, your conserves are still mana inefficient. So let's just do our AoE rotation here. So we're going to open with a barrage into an arcane orb, into another barrage, into a touch of the Magi, into another barrage, into a shifting power. Tanks kind of all over the place. We're going to cancel our shifting power just a little bit early just to get the interrupt off. We do another orb into another barrage. And that's with like no real cooldowns. That's like a 20-second cooldown and a 40-second cooldown. And bear in mind, we use shifting power in that as well, which is only a 1-minute cooldown. So we get all of our cooldowns back really quickly, and we pump damage. Like, there's no one else that's even close to us on damage. And like I said, I know that some classes don't unlock quite as early as other classes, but I think I've been beaten so far on DPS once while leveling through dungeons, and that was by a level 60 prop pally, actually, who was pulling crazy amounts and was using the Shield of the Righteous legendary. So it was an interesting one. Like, it was interesting to see trying to compete with him. I was able to beat him single target if I had all my cooldowns up, but AoE, he was just chunking. Like, he was just doing that, holding 10k DPS, which, I mean, fair play if you can do it. So I'm going to pop cooldowns here. We're going to try and top some duppus. So, bang. Shifting power here, I actually shouldn't have... so I've stepped out of my Rune of Power, is the first thing. I also shouldn't have Arcane Explosion there. But it doesn't matter. Like, we're still going to pull 5k DPS at level 56. And the thing is, people are like, oh yeah, but you used all your cooldowns. My cooldown is like, I've got a minute and a bit left, like a minute and a half left. And this is just a normal, like, we have no cooldowns, so let's just see what we can do. Let's... we didn't get it. Never mind. So the tank is kiting everywhere. And this is the thing. If I was playing like Ellie Shami, which was one of the other options that I was actually looking at for the next expansion, for the next patch, sorry, I'd be doing 0 DPS here, like 0 AoE DPS, because like you just can't play in this sort of scenario where the tank's jumping around like a lunatic. And I think that's kind of one of the things I was looking for, is that I didn't want to have to worry about what anyone else is doing. I wanted to just be able to maximize what I was doing. I'm pretty sure it's not that one, based on the fact that that's backwards. I'm pretty sure it's probably this one. Oh, never mind. So while we're here, there's a couple of things I wanted to talk about. So the first one was actually like a couple of different other choices for classes that I was looking at. One was Hunter. Hunter's going to be a very hype class anyway next tier, just because we have the bow and things like that from Sylvana. So Hunter was always going to be a popular option. For just in game, like I think it was always going to be the one. That's got to be that one. It was always going to be one that like people were really excited to play and things like that. They were already strong anyway. But I think they're going to kind of go up in popularity next patch just because of the bow. It's like giving DK's Frostmourne. Like, it's that equivalent. I got kicked out of my shifting power there. Yeah, it's like giving DK's Frostmourne, which, I don't know, like, it seems a bit crazy how, like, massive this is in terms of lore. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, her bow's nothing special. It's not like an artifact as such. But it's part of her kit. Like it's a big part of who she is as a character, is being a hunter, is being that night hunter. So it's interesting to see that we're gonna kind of go and get that weapon. It's nice to have, but so Hunter was definitely one that we considered. I considered Warlock. I think Warlock's a fun spec, but I haven't enjoyed it recently. I haven't enjoyed it in recent tiers, in recent expansions even. I've really struggled to get into it, and I think part of that is just because it's trying to switch. So last time I played Warlock to any extremity was when we had was it Malefic Rapture or something like that? Not this incarnation of it. It was effectively the one that you put all your dots on a target and then you channeled the ability and it sped up the dot tick rate. Was the last time I played Warlock to any sort of severity, and I enjoyed it. It was a very fun playstyle at the time. But I think I enjoy, like, Boomy worked for me. It had dots. The dots did something, but weren't your entire kit. And I think that's kind of where I am. I think I've just moved away from the class now. There wasn't really too many other options. I looked at Ret Pally, and the reason I looked at Ret Pally is because actually I didn't want to play Ret Pally. I wanted to play Prot Pally. Prot Pally's, as people who've been on the channel for a while probably knows, my favourite tank. And I think it was just the idea that I could gear him as Ret and still tank Mythic Plus, so I could DPS in raids and tank Mythic Plus. But I went away from it. I think we're going to have enough time, enough content to like gear and play other classes and tank and things like that, that I could focus on just being a pure DPS. So that's kind of where the mage came in. I've been playing around with fire and frost. I had some good dungeons yesterday as fire, actually. I might play a couple more as fire in the coming days. Frost, I haven't really experienced too much. Just because I didn't really want to. I've been enjoying Arcane way too much. To be honest, it's been a great old time. I'm enjoying topping every single dungeon meter. Fine, we're leveling. Let's see if this translates to max level. But yeah, so what I'm hoping to do is record like a load of these. So I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to think about this as like a series. Just doing like a daily or every couple of days update on, yeah, we've done this, we've done that, and have some footage in the background, do it as like a live commentary type thing. It's what I would like to do. So one of the things that I'd like to inspire, well, kind of has inspired what I want the channel to look like, is there's a couple of League YouTubers I watch a lot. I really enjoy League. I think it's a great game. I enjoy it. I'm just not the best at it. I sit steadily around gold. I've hit platinum a couple of times. I hit diamond once, but I'm not a player that's ever going to be like the world number one in League. In fairness, I'm probably not the player that's going to be world number one in WoW, but I've got a better chance in WoW than I definitely do in League. But I watch a lot of League YouTubers, and there's someone I watch specifically, which is Ross Boomsucks, who does like a daily weird challenge or build or things like that. But he does live commentary. He talks about the build, the game, but he also talks about just everything. And it's nice that it's effectively like having it's like going to someone's house and having a conversation with them while they're making a cup of tea. And I know that sounds crazy, but like that's it. Is I want it to feel natural. I want it to feel like literally you're coming in and just talking about random stuff and having a good time doing it and take your mind away from the world outside. So if that's definitely what you're into, you should definitely subscribe to the channel. Wink, wink, no judge. But yeah, that's kind of where my mindset's at. That's what I would like to see from the channel. And I think doing something like a series where I can just devote my time onto one class for a little while, but not permanently. I'm horrible for re-rolling. Like, I like re-rolling. I like the feeling of going onto a new class and having them jumps in gear and power spikes as well. Like, oh my god, like, I got a weapon and I felt like I was hitting 100 times harder. It was fun. It was enjoyable. I enjoyed that. So, getting into the last boss here, it's Time Warp into everything. Nice little poison nonsense to ruin my day, but never mind. We're still in Arena Power. So again, nice and simple mechanic here. I don't know where that orb went off to. We won't talk about it. So we're going to drop Presence of Mind here, just to move a little bit. Going to drop another Rune of Power, and the reason for that is because we're going to burn all of our mana and then evocate and burn some more mana, because why not? I'd like to have stayed into that Rune of Power, but we didn't get to. It doesn't matter. So if the boss was going to last any longer, I'd have probably shifting powered earlier to get another touch of the Magi. I'm actually still going to use it. I probably could have barraged first as well, but it doesn't matter. And bam, everything hits at the same time. Bang, bang, bang. Boss is dead. So we held a solid 2.2k overall DPS there. I know that doesn't sound loads. I know people are like, 2.2, I hold like 11k on my 260 eye level Demon Hunter. And that's great. But in comparison to other people who are leveling, we are over doubling the damage, and that's pretty cool. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed what the style of it is and things like that. If you did, definitely leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're interested, all that good stuff. And yeah, thanks for watching. Catch you later, guys. Goodbye.